Hi, traders. Nick here looking at silver, but not from an investment perspective. Well, maybe it comes out as a trade, but more so as a how do I consider, quote, expert opinions in the media. So CNBC, one of the Nigerian brothers, Pete, I think. Anyway, come to think of it, I haven't seen the other guy in a long time. So he says almost exactly, keep your eye on silver. It's ready to explode to the upside. Now, this is a silver ETF we're looking at. Keep your eye on silver. It's ready to explode to the upside. So if I'm looking at a 1 year daily chart, I'm thinking to myself, is he nuts? It just rallied 20%. It's ready to explode after this. So this is where time frames make the difference in understanding what you hear on TV. So if I just looked at this and I said, oh, you're full of it, you missed it. Okay, so I may joke about it, but this is a good point to see, okay, how do timeframes come into play? So I'm going to change the time frame on this one. This is a daily 1 year chart. SLV ETF. Point about the ETF, this one, if I'm playing with options, I only play with in the money legs on this one. Otherwise, I can't make money on it for some reason. So this is a weekly chart. So now the whole picture changes. So now you say, oh, maybe he does have something to say. So I haven't touched up the chart in a long time. I haven't traded in a long time. So I'm going to take a picture of the weekly so we can mark it up and see if we can to see what he's talking about. First of all, the breakout may already be going on off of this neckline. Okay, this is not a perfect cup and handle because it looks like two glasses. Usually you want to see a cup and handle, a dip, and then a smaller dip that fails. So it tells you the bears are tired, and then as soon as they go up above the line, they go as high as this dip. So in this case, they should be targeting eyeballs somewhere around here, which would make sense if I look left. Now I already have a box drawn here. We'll check that box in a while. So this level right here is the weekly point of control. This is where most of the action on the weekly chart happened in the last 5 years. So that's a busy place, and they just took it out. So that's an emphatic statement. So what he's saying is it's ready to run. It does have support, because once they cross a big line like that, they might drop to it to test it for footing, but they may continue on higher. Again, these are weekly candles, so I don't claim, hey, they did it until the end of the week, okay? Because that candle is still ongoing right now with 3 days to go. 2 days, what is it, Wednesday? Thursday, Friday to go. So look at the failure today. Well, I'll call it a failure. The top today, that marked a big top not too long ago. When is that? The May correction. So they tried to do that thing here a couple of times before, and they failed miserably. They tried to do it before and before and before and before. And, you know, they did it. But look, this whole zone is so violent and so pivotal. How about that? Pivotal. They fell. They tried to hold it. They couldn't. They fell below it. They tried to break out. They finally did. They couldn't hold it. They're ting, 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 ting all around it, and then they fell below it. And here they are back towards it. So is it a time to go long? I prefer to wait for the breakout. What does that mean? So at least, if I want to go long, I would look for a higher high this week. So something above 1616, which looks like the high, the weekly candle high right now, 1615. Okay, at least I would look for that. So 16.2 maybe, or better yet, 16.3 or higher. Why? Because of these two candles. That's 16.3. That's rallied 16.35, 16.4. We're splitting hairs here. What's this level here? 16.5. So it all depends on where I want to go in. If I want to jump the gun and say, okay, the breakout is already ongoing based on the first statement I said, then I would buy at the money calls or itself. I would buy the SLV itself with a tight stop. What does that mean? Some people don't mind seeing red. Other people, they want to see no red at all. So on the first red tick, they're out. So I would decide what level of red. If I decide I can tolerate 10% loss, then I would put a mental stop saying, okay, if it falls below X, or if my P&L shows on this trade 10% worse, then I get out. This way I'm anticipating, but at least with disciplined to get out if something goes wrong. Or I'd wait and be okay missing a few upside ticks. Because I can tell you, weekly breakouts have legs. So if indeed this is a breakout, then the upside is up here, at least, if not up here. So let's change the time frame to a monthly. That's that same box we were looking at. That box right there. So if I look left, this level has been pivotal for a long time. What is that? 2006. So look how many times this level came into play, and look at the breakout here. I can't tell you it's going to go there, but you can see how that goes. So let me see if I bring in gold. I don't know if it's going to tell me anything. So this was when we went nuts over gold. Did I get it right? Yep. So between the two, I'd rather be long gold, but in either case, I'm chasing if I'm playing on the daily chart, and I'm anticipating if I'm playing on the weekly chart. So this is a pivotal zone, and I want to be careful interpreting what they said. So again, action plan for me, if I wanted to chase this rally, like keep your eye on silver. Keep your eye means, hey, why not do this? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to promise you I'll follow up a video on this one. So I'll put a add alert, chase, and I'll create an alert. So now the alert is set in there. If I get a tick above that, it'll send me an email or a pop-up. Hey, pay attention. Keep your eye on. I'm keeping my eye on. I can add another one higher. So if I decide, no, you know what, this is too close for me, I want to do it here, I can move it to there. Okay, so right now I'm going to keep it down here because I know mentally once it triggers, I'll move it up to there if I want to. I just want to keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, that's a giant gap here on a daily basis. Again, the weekly candles are different. They're going to look like one giant candle. So this is a daily. All right, so this is just I listened to something on TV. Before I go crazy and buy the call, because that's what I heard, he said, keep your eye on. That's exactly what that means. Keep your eye on. But first understand the trade. Don't just chase it because some dude told you that on TV. It may be crazy. He may want to offload his calls to you. He may be already long calls from before and say, hey, keep your eye on it. And by the way, here's my call. Buy it, buy it. So I'm not saying he's doing that. Just keep your eye out. Put a trigger. Study. Understand. If I don't understand the trade, I don't take it. Nick signing out.